Hi, my name is Jacob, and this is the next episode of the series that has no certain topic that I'm speaking about. I'm so happy to record this episode because I had 3 weeks or even more of just a break. I didn't do anything about this, but I'm so happy that I'm coming back because I have lots of in my head that I want to tell you. It wasn't yesterday, the time is passing so quickly. I was at the meeting from Camp America with all the people that took part with me in the best adventure of life. Going to United States and working at summer camp, giving this a little bit of vibey content because I think that recording a podcast is speaking from a human nature, speaking about emotions, experiences, all the thoughts in your and my own head, the way that are easy to understand and easy to connect. And if you didn't even go on an expedition like this one, flying to United States, working for 3 months that I didn't previously tell you about, I want to tell you about meeting the right people, because without them and without their help, I wouldn't be here in the place that I am, being a little bit happy. Sometimes I'm lost, and that's why I didn't record for 3 weeks before, because after coming back to the country, I felt so awful. I didn't have people to talk to. I didn't have anyone that I could share my experience, my daily thoughts, the things I'm struggling with, and the things that I'm passionate about. And that's why the people you surround yourself are the most important part of your life that you can even expect. Because human nature, being a human, what does it mean to be a human? For me, being a human is to connect, is to create, is to be something more than just a living pile of flesh, if you know what I mean. And you can hear right now a smile in my voice because I finished the whole conversation with my friend that I met on Saturday's meeting with Camp America people. We recorded a podcast about all our experiences and the whole application process to the program. And I feel so much alive because that gave me a notion to just be something more. Not to stay in my house, learn all these languages and don't even use it, to practice my guitar skills, to get all the available knowledge in the world and just do nothing with it. I want to create. I want to connect with people who are as humanly possible similar to me, that give me the ambition, give me the thrill of emotions, and make me feel alive, because these are the moments that life is created, not in the romantic sense, but in the sense that we are meant for more. The human potential is so crazy, but not coming to the self-growth topics and advice. I want to give this podcast a structure because we are recording for 3.5 minutes, and that's why today, about meeting the right people, human connection, cellular devices, the energy the person can have, solitude, being alone, and the time for self-reflection. What's written on this page more? Because I have notes. Refreshment of new evolution. Shit, I have so scribble. I'm sorry for cursing. I'm writing mostly on my laptop, and on the paper there are only scribbles and I can't read it no more. And there's something about embracing the awkwardness and accepting the curiosity we have as human beings. Okay, so starting, I just told you everything what's going to be in this podcast. So if you're not interested, you don't have to be. That's the thing. You don't have to be interested in this, so you can quit right now. But if you like to surround yourself with a bit better people, you want to become a person who just strives to do something more in life, this is the podcast for you. This is the place we can together think. about what exactly it matters. What matters in life, what's important, what should be your priority, or what should be my priority. Because I will tell you it as a quote. I'm not the master of everything. I'm just a simple man. It's my own quote, but I'm just a simple man who wants to share the value and the smile into this world, the thing that we surround ourselves every freaking day. Because this is what matters. You are yourself, but when you are not open to other people and you're not willing to give a dose of yourself, like the happy dose with all the emotions, with all the experiences you have, to create something more, you are not being a human. You are just being a pile of flesh that I told you about. You feel sad. You can feel miserable because nothing progresses. There's no change that is being made. And that's why I find it so important. Human connection creates a flow in your life. You meet new people. As you can remember, when you were in kindergarten, okay, I don't remember anything in my kindergarten. When you were in primary school, or a little older, at the age of 7, 8, 10, 15, you had friends around you. People the same age as you are. Peers, however you call them. They didn't have to be your friends. Because how can you be friend with everyone? That would be so crazy. The life would be strange, to be honest. When we wouldn't have people that we don't like or anything like that, we don't have a little bit negative emotions toward them. The life would be just too plain. And that's why having all these people around you make life so crazy. It makes it so vulnerable space to evolve as a person. And when you have a person who you can speak to, you can just talk about anything, discuss all the topics, play around with. Go play with the toys. Go and play on the soccer field. Complain about subjects in your school. Totally anything you got on your mind. And you have this person, or a lot of people. It doesn't matter. You have them every time around. It means that you can self-reflect and get new perspectives for life. And together you work on all these emotions. You are becoming a different person each time. Whenever you meet someone new, the connection creates circuits in your brain that are lasting lifelong. And that's why it's so important to create human connection. Be genuine about meeting new people and opening yourself to new possibilities. I just want to make a mark on this because I never was the social person. I always was on the side. The discos parties in school, I hated them. I hated every second of them because I saw some of my friends and girlfriends, not my girlfriends, but it's not the gender topic, but my friends that I maybe was infatuated somehow. Who cares? When you're young, you have a lot of thoughts and you deal with a lot of emotion in your head and in your heart. When you had all these people having fun and you couldn't have that fun because you just felt alone in this world. No one understands you. No one feels the same. No one is the same. But why they should be? Everyone has their own life to deal with. Struggles, problems, emotions, lovings, willings, imponderabilias. If there is a word like this, all the things that are not touchable, you can't touch them with your bare hands. Everything what is in your body and in your head, your mind creates. You can't have full control over these. And that's what makes life so special. Because sometimes you just connect with a person. You don't know what it is. It's not maybe physical attraction, but sometimes it's a main factor. Sometimes these are the values, the emotions that are coming from their words and the way they behave. They can be so natural to you. They can become the closest human being that is in your life in a matter of a second. You just don't realize how much of an impact the person has on your life till you just delete, remove them from your life and become so sad. But don't make it so sad podcast episode. I want to tell you, just remember, even if you don't feel okay right now with having people around, it's okay. It's totally good. I was in the same place before. I wasn't social. I didn't have energy to interact with anyone just because I felt so urged by the society to do so. Everyone was telling me, Jacob, Jakub, Kuba, Kubush, you need to make friends because it's going to be hard and life's going to be tough on you. That's why you need to push yourself out there. You need to do these things. You need to talk. You need to get out there. I don't care. How 7-year-old, 10, 15, 18-year-old can bear all these emotions within themselves and don't get their heads exploded. It's crazy because we are so mixed up with everything that we perceive in the world surrounding us. But what's in our inner world? It's a much different story. We consume so much information. We get so many people around us speaking about topics that we don't care sometimes, but we just perceive them. And so many distractions. There was a bird when you looked out of my window seconds ago, and I was just looking at it, and I didn't have a clue why I'm doing it. And that's why it's so hard. You get distracted. You get overwhelmed by sinful things. But human connection is going to be till the end of the times that we are on this planet. And I want you to remember that you are not alone. You are not alone here. Everyone has their own story to be told. And I want you to have the courage to do so and just be someone. You don't have to be yourself if you don't feel okay with who you are. But you need to accept the current state that you put yourself in, or you were put by the society, because not everyone has the same privileges. Sometimes you are born in a rich family. Sometimes you are so willing to make friends and it's so natural to you. You have the knowledge because your parents told you that you need to read this and book. Sometimes all the advice that you get along the way can be so random. Who knows who you are going to stumble across? Sometimes you meet people in the most random and mystery places in your life, and they make everything so special. And that's why I want you to remember that even if you don't feel okay with the place that you are in, you have time. You need to just create a space to evolve and to meet the right people. You need to make space for them. So anytime you feel the urge that you are not in the place you are supposed to be, find the reason. And not always you are the reason. Sometimes it's them. Sometimes it's the willings of other people that are making you feel this way. And you just need to cut it off. Not physically, but emotionally. Cut off yourself from the situation and just think a little bit logically. It's not easy. That's why you need to have these people around you. But sometimes you just don't have them. That's okay. That's where the times of solitude come. And the self-reflecting ideas that even if you don't feel okay, you just got to do something. You just need to push yourself. Stay in the same place for a moment. Accept it. Don't feel okay. Don't feel okay for a moment with who you are. And you are not the person you want to be. Don't feel okay with it, but accept it. Accept it as a starting position you want to get yourself out of. And by the solitude, the time being alone, And don't meeting so many. You give yourself the space to get all these deep thoughts in journaling, in working out, getting your health as well, mental and physical, in shape that you never ever expected. These are the ties that create you or break you. Because I felt so alone for the most of my life. I feel sometimes the same way. But the meetings like this one, like Camp America, where I was surrounded by people who are genuine, who are self-loving and ambitious, open, friendly, so sympathetic, and they have all these emotions and experiences that I always wanted to have around me. When you don't have these people around you yet, do something. Go work on yourself. Go work out these emotions and influence them into something special. Get into creating process. Go into social media. Go into reading books. Go into writing poetry. Go into self-love, self-care. Take care of your skin. Take care of your hair, teeth, fingernails. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind, emotions. What are your definitions of emotions? Because sometimes when you are asked basic question, it may sound as a basic question, but what is a friend to you? And you start thinking, who is a friend? Not what is a friend, but who is a true friend? Do I have any friends in my life? Have I ever been happy with the people I surround myself with? Am I a friend myself? What is the definition of friendship? Go answer these questions right now. Get the paper in front of you. Give yourself the definition that is inside your head and work from it. Fill out the blanks, the spaces that are not so clear. Fill out them through the experiences you have. Because when you go, for example, working out, you're at the gym. There are so many people that have the same idea of getting better, of getting out of a rut, and being something else. And this is the space for you. When you have a clear definition, or mirror, a little bit, something you never had before, but you got yourself time for self-reflection. These are the moments that you can just get yourself a little bit of courage. Get out there, be bold. Life is meant for the bold ones, not the bold without care, but for these who are not scared of making decisions. Okay, and now I'm gonna self-reflect. Not these who are not scared about making decisions. These who are scared and they are willing to do something even though they are scared to the bones. They are drained from the energy to do something, but they do it nevertheless. They want to be something. They want to be ambitious, but they don't have the courage yet. But they want to have this. They want to act. They want to surround themselves with someone's who are going to make their life better. So get out there by self-reflection. Get your thoughts together, your life just a little bit, so you more understand the thing, the soul you have that is inside you. No one is supposed to touch it, your soul. You're creating it through yourself, other people, experiences you have. But what's most important? The perspective that is changing throughout the whole life. So even though you feel not okay with the state you are right now, it's going to change. If you put your mind into it, the mindset. It's not a self-growth advice, but this is a really good one. You are going to change into something better. Just accept the position you are in. Don't feel okay. Sometimes you can feel okay with it because you're just starting. But if you want to achieve something more, be okay with making mistakes. Be okay with the being miserable at the moment because times are changing. There was my friend creating videos on Instagram about self-growth topics the same thing as I do, but she's doing it much better. And there was a quote: "You can press the restart button as many times as you want in your life." Right now, after listening to the podcast, you have multiple decisions you can make. I can't even answer all of them because I have no clue. Everyone is so different. You can turn off this podcast right now. Give yourself 5 minutes. Get the paper. Eat the paper. You don't have to write anything. You can be so spontaneous. You can eat the freaking paper. It's your life. It's your decision. But you can just write something down. I'm giving you my true advice because I'm not master of life. I'm just a simple man who just tries to play his best cards that he has at the moment. But I don't know everything. I'm just curious as much as you do. As you are. And I don't make all of the mistakes. I didn't make all of them because I'm learning every day, every second. I try to do something bold. And here comes the idea of creating content instead of consuming it. And that's why our cellular devices are deal breakers. You know, you're using your phone right now probably, but you have headphones on. You don't have to look at your phone every second, at least listening to this podcast. But they are a part of our life that is not going away. You may want them to go away. You may want to wish for the life without your phones. Cellular devices are everywhere, in your pocket, in your friend's pocket. But they are not going anyway. So make a use of them. Stop consuming so much content. Stop getting so motivated and inspired. And start getting things. Get yourself out there. Share a video about how you don't feel okay with the state you are in, but you want to get better. Because there comes an idea that I'm going to mention at the end of this podcast episode, that humans are animals. They are just like bats. And you know what bats do? They use echolocation. Every time you put the energy out in the world, it's going to reflect from walls, from the air, everything. And they are coming to new people. The energy is going to the person, to many people you find out in social media or anywhere in your life. And they are going to be grabbed by this energy that you have. So be genuine. Be the person you want to surround yourself with. And that's why it's so important to just create yourself as a person that you want to surround yourself with. That's it. I was checking out the timing that I have because I was talking for 3 hours in Polish and I'm speaking English right now. It may not sound like it and my voice is cracking, but it's not the topic of this place. And I just want to tell you, use your cellular device as well as you can. You won't use it perfectly. It's okay. It's totally okay. Who cares? You're looking at your phone too much, in most cases. Sometimes you just need to give yourself a week, a month without using it, and then you just start realizing how much the human connection is important to you. But the phones are not so horrible. And social media are crazy because it's a breakthrough when you realize how much potential it can give you when you use it in a proper manner. Because you have so many people who are creating content. I met there's more. I don't want to choose people. I met so many persons who are the dearest in my life just through social media. I even got to know about the Camp America project using my social media, scrolling through TikTok, because I was in that place scrolling too much and seeing all these people. I didn't like it. I didn't like it that I wasn't the person that they were. And I always wanted to become that person. That's why you want to do something. Try to maybe record a video, post your thoughts, use the algorithm, get to know them, not the marketing, get to know what social media stands for. It's social. Media is the way, but social is the cause. We want to meet these people, not always in real life, but to understand that the human connection the energy that we have and the work that we do through the solitude and self-reflecting creates friendships, even though we are using only our cellular devices. And I want to encourage you, just do something. Don't stay in the same place. And getting out there, there's refreshment of new. I'm going to try to read it. Refreshment of new evil. Nie mam pojęcia. I have no clue. I just said, nie mam pojęcia. I have no slightest clue what does it mean. Okay, coming to an end, and the topic that is the closest to my heart, to be honest. Establishing and embracing awkwardness in your life. The word establishing may sound really corporate. But when you're creating, when you're starting something, you need to treat yourself as a project. You need to establish some rules and get yourself on a path of evolution, progress. And that's why it's so important to understand that you are just a human being that can be upgraded in many ways. Let's be positive, only in the positive ways. So through all the emotion work, all the self-reflecting, all the people you meet, you just get to evolve as a person. And then you're establishing something, putting more into your life of what is important and what's going to make you feel better and act better. And there comes awkwardness. Yes, because when we are starting, we are not meant to be the best at what we do. We are not to be the best runner when we tie our shoelaces for the first time. We are not going to be the best nutritionist when we only know how to eat pizza in high quantities. We are not going to be the best soccer player when the only thing what we know about soccer that it means football in UK and other parts of the world, not in the USA. It rhymes, it's so good. La pelota, it means a ball in Spanish. I'm not about it. Awkwardness. Do something. Totally. Just be yourself. The same thing. I'm recording this episode right now. I'm not prepared 100%. Even if I would be prepared, I'm not able to tell what's going to come next from my mouth. I'm not able to tell you what's going to happen in the future. That's why I'm working on the present. And the present time is amazing. But we need to let it be by being awkward. What awkward can I do right now to make you feel that it's okay? For example, I will yawn. Yawn, yes, there is a word like this. When you're going to sleep and you just yawn. It's not snoring. It was the times when I was coming back from my workouts at the gym, I was looking for a definition of yawning and snoring, and I remember that there was a difference, but it doesn't matter. Awkwardness. It's doing something what is not approved by yourself, by everyone, but seems so natural because it's a part of life. It's a part of being human, not being ready and being professional all the time. We're not a big corporation of people who try to put the mask of being the best in everything what we can do when they are not even good at anything they try. We need to embrace being the beginner and being awkward, being the person who smiles for no reason because they are just accepting the place they are and they just want to get better. You are accepting the process. And by being awkward and doing so random things, going to a stranger, speaking about today, hi, I just want to tell you that I want to wish you the best day in your life. I just understand this is important. Just tell it. And just tell it. Do something that you wouldn't feel yourself okay with saying just because you didn't have enough courage, enough boldness. Okay, boldness may seem to be about the hair. I'm getting distracted by my own thoughts. By embracing it, by speaking for the first time to the microphone, to the camera, Speaking about business, when you are finishing your high school and you get yourself out there in the market, you create your own business, but mostly for most of us, we start with 9 to 5 jobs, maybe some orders we have, and we work in the country, abroad as I do. We just need to get out of our comfort zone and be awkward. We need to make the call. We need to speak the language that we don't understand sometimes. We need to speak about our qualifications that we may not feel so sure. But often, no one has a clue. No one has a clue if we have these qualifications, if we are good enough. Sometimes it happens that we are better than we think that we are. That's why we need to try something and do something as good as we can, because only then we are going to realize at what level we are. And that's why it's so important to surround yourself with the right people. I forgot about the topic. It's crazy to surround yourself with the people who, even though you find yourself awkward, you find yourself not to be professional and the best person that there is, they will make you feel accepted in the state of your life that you are in. They will inspire you to be better, to be yourself, to create yourself from the fundamentals. They will make you feel that you yourself are the reason to be happy in life, because you are alive. You get through so many struggles in your life, and you're still standing. You're still standing till the end of times. I don't remember the lyrics of this song, but this is my life. I'm still... You see, just do something, totally. Be a bat yourself. This animal that flying. I'm Batman. Batman. Vengeance. I'm vengeance. Be that bat that, by echolocation, the sophisticated word you can use, by putting out the content, the emotions, experiences you have and had in your life. By doing so, you're going to meet the right people. And that's why I want to leave you with this message. Go out there. Be bold. At least try. There was a quote at our meeting in Camp America. This is for a totally new podcast about my adventure. I don't call it a trip. I call it vacations of my life. I call it the time that changed everything. Because I met the people who encouraged me to find myself. And I was myself. And this is going to be probably for the next episode, if I get influenced by myself enough. And by doing so, by putting out the energy, you're going to get the right people in your life. And I wish you it so much. Be curious. Be curious of what this life has to offer, because you never know. There was a quote. I remember my ADHD. 2 quotes. One from the meeting. Fake it till you make it. But this has few meanings on which layer you can stop. First one I was thinking for a long time is fake it till you make it is just find yourself to be courage and just do something. Just be that person, because when you think about yourself that you're going to be courageous, you're going to be courageous. But the next layer is fake it till you make it. Get out there when the situation needs you to be skillable, needs from you to have a certain skill. For example, knowing the language, and you don't feel okay with knowing the language. Get out there, start the position, start the job, meet the person with a little bit of knowledge you already have. Because we are born certain ways. The same thing comes for boldness, being courageous, being sympathetic. Is get out there, get into the uncomfortable situation and build from it. Because whenever you make yourself feel a certain way, you are going to be, okay, I'm this person for now. But then everything is fleeting and you forget. You didn't evolve. But when you are getting yourself into more challenging positions, meeting people you never thought yourself to be ready to meet, you're going to become the person you always wanted to just fake. But you are not faking anymore. You are building yourself from the point of acceptance and the point of establishing, embracing awkwardness within you. So many people are so self-conscious. We don't want to be awkward anymore. We don't want to spark a conversation about random topics. We don't want to speak about who we want to be and who we want to become because we are scared. We are scared to what people are going to think. We are scared that they are going to think about us in a bad way. Whatever it means. They are not going to be positive. But so many people just don't care. It's going to sound harsh. They don't care about your life. They care about theirs. That's the moment you need to get the stress out of your shoulders and embrace the things that are inside of you. Because the right people will show up when you will show up as the person you want to become. When you are on this journey, be always in the state of becoming. This is another good quote. Be in the state of becoming. Never be or not be the person. Be in the state of becoming the person you always wanted to be. Get yourself in the skills and improve them all the time. Don't encourage yourself to reflect on what you are good at and you don't have to improve because you are already good. So you find yourself, okay, I'm a good person at this, at maths, so I don't have to do anything. Be in the state of becoming good at maths. Okay, there's an idea of being ideal or of perfectionism. Just get yourself in the progress. Get yourself to the first step and don't care what's going to happen because good things are going to happen because along the way you're going to meet the right people that will inspire you to become the person you want to be. And that's it. That's really it. Do I have any other thoughts? I watched Kung Fu Panda movies. There was this quote about past is a history. The future is a mystery. And the present is a gift. That's why it's called the present. I hope I didn't mess it up. I'm seriously happy that I didn't do anything so bad this podcast. I was getting myself to record it for 3 weeks, even more, a month. And you know why? Because I felt lost. I still feel lost. Sometimes, not all the time, but being in the position that I don't have all the answers makes me feel so much vulnerable. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be impacted by everything that happens to me. I don't want to be impacted by what other people will tell about who I am. But to be honest, I don't care anymore. I'm a free man. That's why America is called the land of free and home of brave. We need to be brave and free whenever we are and wherever we are and with who we are. No matter from which country we are from and in what position and the state we find ourselves in right now. Let's embark on a journey of becoming someone else. Someone a little bit better. Be still yourself, but upgrade yourself whenever you find it possible. You are going to find more happiness in doing things you love instead of pursuing happiness as a state. Find happiness in simple things you do every day because you're doing it for yourself. The other people will come to your life when you get out there in the state that you want to share this energy. Be genuine. Be happy for who you are, and you're going to find fulfillment in life, Okay, not prolonging. Thank you for listening to this episode. I'm so glad you did till the end. If you felt okay with the words I said, you can give me some feedback on my Instagram and other platforms that I'm reaching to you through the social media. As well, leave 5 stars on this platform, on Spotify. Just go to the description and just press the 5 stars. If you liked it, if you didn't, you don't have to. I feel so okay with it. Seriously, give me some feedback. I love you guys. I love your goals and everyone who's listening to it. You're great. Embark on this journey and let's be in the state of becoming greater together. Thank you for listening. My name was Jacob.